Most people live their entire lives without understanding why they are alive. They wake up, they work, they earn, they survive, and one day, it ends. But seriously, how many of us actually stop to ask, why am I here? Mental exhaustion feels normal. Anxiety feels common. The mind absorbs what surrounds it. Negativity does not always enter by force. It is chosen unconsciously. People believe the solution is money. If money was the purpose of life, why does death exist? Purpose is remembered, not taught or bought. Every creation first exists as a thought. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Comfort is loud. Purpose is quiet. Are you chasing survival or discovering purpose? There is a profound silence that lives underneath the noise of our daily existence. A silence most of us are taught to fear, to fill with endless tasks, conversations, and distractions. We are born into a world that hands us a script. Go to school, get a job, build a family, accumulate wealth, and then retire. This path is presented not as an option, but as the only reality. It's a simple survival guide, laid out as a roadmap for living your best life. So, we just go for it. We all become gears in this huge machine, each of us doing our part without really stopping to think about it, right? We confuse being busy with actually progressing. The calendar is packed, the phone never stops ringing, and our minds are constantly racing, planning the next move, worrying about the next deadline. We are so consumed with the act of living that we forget to ask what it is we are living for. Life's constant rush brings a steady buzz of anxiety. We feel a constant pressure to do more, be more, and have more. The world tells us that our value is tied to our productivity, our net worth, our social status. This external validation becomes a drug. We chase success, thinking it'll bring us peace and contentment. But does it? That feeling hardly ever sticks around. It's always changing. The promotion you craved leads only to the desire for the next one. The dream house you bought soon reveals its flaws and the need for constant upkeep. Stuff that promised happiness just ends up gathering dust, losing its shine way quicker than we ever thought it would. We are running on a treadmill, convinced that a finish line exists just beyond the horizon. But the landscape never changes. We are exhausted, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. We have built lives that look good on the outside but feel empty on the inside. This emptiness is a symptom of a deeper problem, a disconnection from our true selves. We've been so busy fitting in that we've ignored our inner voice, the voice that whispers our unique purpose. This is not a failure of character. It is a failure of the system. We're taught to fit in, not to stand out. It's all about following rules, not breaking them. The modern world, with its relentless focus on logic, data, and tangible results, has created an environment where the intangible qualities of the human spirit are often undervalued. Imagination and wonder aren't just for kids. We push those feelings down and ignore the call to be different. We dismiss the daydreams that hint at a different kind of existence. We tell ourselves to be realistic, to be practical, and in doing so, we slowly build a prison around our own potential. The walls of this prison are made of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Sometimes, it feels way safer to stick to the familiar path, even if it's not taking us where we really want to go. You know, crowds can be comforting, but they often hide that nagging feeling something's missing. But what if we dared to stop? What if, for just a moment, we stepped off the treadmill and stood still? What if we allowed the silence to envelop us, not as a void to be filled, but as a space to be explored? In that silence, questions begin to surface. The questions we have been too busy or too scared to ask. What truly brings me joy? What makes me feel alive? If I had no limitations, no fear of judgment, what would I create? What problem would I solve? What contribution would I make? These are not questions with easy answers. They are not multiple choice problems you can solve with logic alone. The answers lie in a different realm. They are found in the language of the soul, a language spoken through instinct, feeling, and imagination. Purpose is not something you invent, it is something you uncover. It is a process of remembering who you were before the world told you who you should be. It requires a journey inward, a deep excavation of your own consciousness. This journey is often lonely. It means stepping away from the crowd, turning down the volume of external noise, and learning to listen to the subtle signals of your own heart. It means embracing uncertainty and being willing to walk into the dark without a map. It requires courage. The courage to be different. The courage to disappoint others in the service of your own truth. The courage to fail, to experiment, and to learn from your mistakes. Our society has a strange relationship with money. We are taught to pursue it as the ultimate goal, the key that unlocks happiness, freedom, and security. We build our entire lives around its acquisition. We sacrifice our time, our health, and sometimes our integrity, all in the name of financial gain. But money is a tool, not a destination. It is a form of energy, a means to an end, but it is not the end itself. The wealthiest people are not always the happiest. The most successful are not always the most fulfilled. Chasing only money, that's like building on sand, totally unstable and risky. When we die, we take nothing with us. Not the money in the bank, not the title on the business card, not the house with the perfect view. All of these external markers of success are temporary. They are part of the game, but they are not the prize. The only thing that endures is the impact we have made, the love we have shared, and the extent to which we have lived our unique purpose. Finding our purpose starts with changing how we see things. Instead of looking outward for answers, we must learn to look inward. It starts with paying attention. Attention to the things that spark your curiosity. Attention to the activities that make you lose track of time. Attention to the problems in the world that break your heart. Your purpose often lies at the intersection of your greatest joy and the world's greatest need. It's a process of rediscovery. Think back to your childhood. What did you love to do before you were told what you should love? Were you a storyteller, a builder, an explorer, a caregiver? Often, the seeds of our purpose are planted early in our lives, only to be buried under layers of social conditioning. Unearthing these seeds is the work of a lifetime. It also requires a commitment to growth and learning, not just the formal education of schools and universities, but a relentless pursuit of knowledge that feeds your soul. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to people with different perspectives. Travel to places that expand your understanding of the world. Information is the raw material from which purpose is built. It is through the synthesis of new ideas and experiences that we begin to see new possibilities for our lives. It all comes down to taking action, right? Let's get moving. Purpose is not a passive concept. It is an active verb. It is something you do, something you embody, something you become. It is found in the small, consistent choices you make every day. The choice to create instead of consume. The choice to contribute instead of criticize. Choosing to chase your curiosity instead of letting fear hold you back is everything. This path is not easy. It is a quiet rebellion against a loud and demanding world. It is the choice to value depth over breadth, meaning over money, and authenticity over approval. It is the understanding that a meaningful life is not about having it all, but about giving your all to the things that truly matter. The world does not need more people who are simply surviving. It needs more people who have come alive. People who have remembered their purpose and are brave enough to live it. So I ask you again, are you chasing survival? Or are you discovering purpose? The choice, as always, is yours. Thank you for listening.